Hello to everybody. Today I didn't go live. I've been trying to go live almost every day, and but today I didn't go live. Today was one of those days that I didn't know if I was coming or going. It's just something happens. I think to all of us sometimes that you just don't know, are you coming or are you going or whatever. Your life kind of gets like this desk of mine. Here I have pin cushion because I was doing some sewing. I'm going to put that out of the way. And oh gosh, geez, now I got so much on my desk I'm knocking them down. From my mail, was going through some an advertisement for some vitamins where I buy my vitamins and my supplements, and that's all in my mind. And look, I've had out, here's at least 3 pair of scissors still on my desk. That's pretty confusing. Then I'll put those over there. And and so I was sewing. I was doing some sandwich sewing because I want to make a butterfly, and so I got that started, but I don't like it, so I have to do that one over again and start working on that one again. I was doing that today, and then I see here I have some of the fibers and stuff, the fabrics that I was doing my sandwich with, and so see that's there, and then paper cutouts where I was trying to cut out a pattern, and yeah, I still have some more paper here. I'll save that because I'm going to try another pattern. And then, I was crocheting too today, so I still have some yarn here on my desk from that experience. These are the little pieces here I want to throw away from my cutting experience. And, you know what? The same thing happens to our brain. Look, I have 2 pair of glasses here. Half the time I can't find any. But there you go. I have 2 pair and put them up there and there. Now I've cleared off some space, and I've made I've made a little bit of change there. So that's better. I've cleared that. Okay, how do you clear your brain of all that clutter? It's sometimes easier than you think. I have just been in the last week or so been introduced to Neurographic Art, or Neurographica. Neurographic Art, which is similar to this. I'll say similar because I'm not sure if you know. But and what I'm learning, I've got below this video a link to one of I went from video to what do you call them, blogs or whatever, and I've read and I've trying to learn myself about what this Neurographica is. And I'll tell you what, it can be really, really addictive. And I have got pages upon pages and of, not that one, of different pages where I've just started doing another page. I mean, this, once you get going with it, it is just, you just almost feel like you can't stop. You just keep going. And in my journal here that I got from, I won this from Cheryl Tollefest. She was doing a little giveaway, and I won this. But what I have started doing on this one is, now this one here, I kind of turned it into a different little art project more than by the time I put all of this in here, I don't know what I was thinking. My brain was just so calming right at this moment after I did this. And this was about fifth or sixth one I did in the day when I started filling in some of these spots. But so many of them I just did the black part and just kept going. This one here, I did it right over a printed page already, and I love how that looks. Now, and you don't have to color them. I've colored some of mine. This one here, can you see what I wrote in there? I wrote love, and then I got 2 hearts there. And I can go further with this one. To me now, when I look at this, I don't have enough lines in there. I want more lines in there, so I'll put more lines. Did I do another one in this book? I don't remember. No, I think that's all I got so far. But I'm going to use this whole book that I got from Cheryl. It's all going to have the Neuro Graphic Art in it. And well, on the fabric pages, it'll have something different because I'm going to put a fabric butterfly in here too. But thank you again, Cheryl, for this book. This is amazing. Okay, but I want to just tell you a little bit about what I have learned about this. And like I say, underneath this video is a link to one of the videos that I think I found most informative about this style, and most informative for beginning, and then you can go on with it to get started and to get going with it. And so, and all I'm using is, here I've got 3 different size black Sharpies. And now some people say they don't like to use Sharpies because of the odor, and there is quite a strong odor in a Sharpie. And so I'm going to be shopping for, see, I have these too, the microns. And there's other black marking pens that you can use that are less odorous, and I have to research on that because I think I want to do a lot of this. And I'm thinking, like, at the end of a day, like today has been, I've been busy. I've been going from one project to the other and one project to the other. And what I'm seeing in this is, if I do a couple of these at night just before I go to bed, I really believe, nobody said this in none of the videos, but I believe that I can actually sleep better. I believe if you calm your brain. And so this here is what we're going to do. I'm just going to show you just a little bit about what I've learned. Now sometimes you can put your circles in there. The one I did I made looking like a teddy bear or something in the middle of it. And oh, that's not one. That's a little girl. That's a little girl. This one here, and that one I think that was when I first was. But like this one here, I made some like square shapes first, and then I went over those shapes with my lines. And I want to go further with this one. I want to put more lines in there. Okay, but this one I'm just going to put the lines. And what they want, what they suggest, is the grouping all of these folks that I've listened to together. What they do suggest basically is to start by a smooth line, but not straight. No straight anywhere. We don't want any straight. We don't want any 90-degree angles. We don't want nothing like that. We want to let just the pen show us. And so we'll start at one end and we'll go just somewhere on the page, and it doesn't matter where. You're just going to make this curved line across your page. And then we want to make another curved line and crossing and intersecting with the one you made. And then maybe you want to do another one. And it doesn't matter where they're going or where they're crossing. You just want them to cross. And these are, they talk a lot about the algorithms. And so those are my lines. I just went across the page with those lines. And now what you can do, then what you do is you look at this, at these paths you put here, and I look at it as almost, oh my goodness, this was my sewing, this was my crocheting, this was my other stuff, and this was something else. It was just my day. There's my day. And so I want to iron out my day. I want to iron it out. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to find each and every one of those 90-degree angles. Look how, or just sharp angles. We don't want any of those sharp angles left in there anymore. We're going to remove them. We're going to round them out. And this is the main part of neurographic art, is rounding the corners. Round them. So when you're looking at it, it almost looks like neurons, and they're all rounding. So see, here's an intersection. So we want that to be rounded. And so there this line now just rounded into this one. So it goes smoothly. And so we're going to go on all four sides of that intersection. And we're going to round them. And just round them. And then see how when I rounded that, I kind of left it a little jagged line. I don't want that there either, so I'm going to just smooth that out by just widening that line a little bit. And then here's another one. See, I come to another one. So every time I come to that intersection, I'm going to round it. I want to round it. Go to the next one, round it. Let's see, I'm going to go up along this line again, just to make it smooth. I don't want my lines to be all jiggle-jaggled. I want them to be smooth. And so then I'll go to the next one. And just round. We want to round the corners. Round them. Let them, make them look nice and smooth. And see, so how already these ones right in here, how it's kind of ironed out the tangled mess. Now, this one lady that was, she teaches this. She also, she's a psychotherapist of some sort. And she teaches these in classes. And, when she was showing it, she even had some very soothing music playing. And she talks about herself, that she was always been plagued with anxiety and depression and PTSD and things like that just kind of overrule your brain. They're real things, but they can just overrule your brain sometime. And this kind of thing is this neurographic art is something that was designed by a neuropsychiatrist, scientist, something in Russia. And he kind of found this recently, I think it was 2014, it was not that long ago, but it is taking the world by storm. If you go looking at videos, you put that in, you will find so many. I mean, they it's by so many people. Like right now, it's like I'm trying to talk and it's like all my sentences want to just meld together into one great big blob. Well, I need to smooth out my sentences here. And now also, I heard him say that you can take and kind of concentrate on an issue that maybe you have. That maybe you're all wound up because you're going on a job interview tomorrow. And that's got you just about so concerned right now. Well, put all them concerns at the forefront of your brain, of your thoughts, and sit down and do one of these little neurographic arts. You do not have to have not one iota of an art, anything. You don't have to be an artist or even an art wannabe, nothing. Not one iota. And you can do this. And like right now, I'm talking while I'm doing it, and it's really not as calming as when I do it with just the music or even with silence. I think this would be a really good front porch. I like my front porch activities where I just sit on my front porch and all I hear is nature. And this would be something that would be awesome, a little front porch something that I do. And but if you notice, each one of these pieces, like this one here piece, looks like, this one section looks like a half a circle right in there, with those sharp edges right there, just sharp edges on that circle. A half circle kind of looking thing that happened there. Well, I want to get rid of those, round them, corners right there, get rid of them corners by rounding them, and now that whole thing looks like a very smooth, rounded blob. Just now my edges to me are not real smooth, so I'll just smooth them out, which makes my line bolder, and that's okay. That's just how it turns out. Each one is going to be a little bit different. And this is just absolutely amazing to me. It's just amazing. And I myself suggest, like this here book, this here particular art, I've got so many of these art journals started with different kind of arts in them. And the card that I pulled for today's, my challenge for today, my reminder challenge, was an art journal page. And then, so that's when I said, oh, I'm going to do one of those neurographic art pages. And now then I have also seen where some people have taken a page like this and they've done the neurographic art. But then they're starting to add zentangles and stuff in it. Once you do that, then you're complicating things. Then you're putting back in your mind. You're putting back in your mind a little bit of clutter that you're trying to take out by doing this. And I have done some with some zentangles in them. And that's not to say that you cannot do it. Of course you can do it. It's your art. But once you do start doing like design inside of a design, which I've done here somewhere. Oh, that's my little teddy bear. Oh, maybe it was more on this side. Maybe it wasn't on that side. Like I say, oh my word, I've just gotten... Oh, this was one of my... yeah, it was the very first one I started playing with. And I started putting Zentangles inside the places. But once I started doing this, as you see, I stopped. Because it was causing me more anxiety. Wondering what, because here I thought, oh, no, that's not, no. And so there's another one I kind of did like this. But like this one here, I put the squares in there, which it's got the sharp points there on the outside of the square, but even still on the inside, everything is rounded. So that is something you can do too, is to take those squares of the day and round them up and change them. This one here, I'm going to do it. A lot of these I'm going to continue on. But yes, and you can do that. They do though say, and I always say theys because these are different people that I have watched on the videos. They say that you, and I haven't talked to the actual scientists that actually come up with this healing process. But even pain, people with chronic pain, think about your pain. Some of them even say, write down a list of things that are troubling you, or just write them down, make a little list and set that aside, and then start rounding. And this is where all of your this is where you get all of your look, I'm gonna put another line right here. I kind of like my lines at the end of the page to go double. I have found that I like them to go double. So when they go to the end of the page, they actually split off like the neurons in your brain that are going down to your limbs. And so round them. Don't leave anything on. Do not leave anything unrounded. So that is your main objective of doing this, is rounding. Get all the corners rounded. And when you first do it, it looks like, when you first do your squiggle lines, it looks like, oh, that's just too much, I can't get that done. Then when you start doing it, it's like it goes quickly. It goes, so that's how quickly you can clear the cobwebs of your mind. You can clear those cobwebs of your mind. You can make some, it's up to you. It's you can change them with your art. And then especially for somebody that hasn't even tried any kind of an art challenge of any kind, they've done this, and then all of a sudden they're so amazed at what they've created. Just, it's amazing as to what you have then created by just forming these lines and rounding those squares. Round them out. Just keep rounding them. And then as I look at this, did I get all the corners? Look at it. It's just, well, then I think, well, some of these places I feel like I need a little bit more. So I can go in afterward, and then I can go and add another line. And I like my lines to be doubled. And so there I just added a little bit, and So I just added that because of that little space in there. I felt like I needed some more in that space. And you can keep adding. You can keep adding as you go along. And then when I think I'm finished with a page, I look at my lines and my little dog is breathing hard. I go and I look at my lines. Like this one here isn't real smooth, so I'm going to go over it again. And then it just smoothed it out. Just smoothed it out really good. This one here I think is a little lumpy too, so I'm going to smooth that one out. And just keep smoothing them out. Just smooth them. And I was thinking about my one friend who, she's a truck driver, and she does a lot of Zentangle as well. And she has carried a notepad with her, a little drawing pad with her, so when she's parked somewhere waiting to be loaded or unloaded or whatever, she does her little tangles and her little doodling. And this is one thing that is another thing that it made me think about her, that, you know, she could be doing a lot of this. Some of them that you'll see as you flip through different artists or different people that are showing this, they get what they call a tree of life. And oh my gosh, are they beautiful. They're just beautiful. Now, if I go in there, and I could go now with watercolor, and I could go and color inside of these with just different watercolors. Or you can use watercolor, colored pencil, anything to color. And like I wrote words in some of them. And like I said, I've done some of them just on well, this one here, I put all of those crazy stuff in a lot of the blank parts. But I just love this one here that's just done right on a printed page already. I think it's beautiful. And so, and like this one I had, first in just bubble letters, I wrote love, and then I put the hearts, and then I started putting lines over the top. But you know what you can still do? I can now go over this if I want to, and I can just put more lines. Because now that I look at it, I think I need more lines. I need more lines. So I'm just going to let my pen show me where to put the lines. I'm not going to look ahead. And now it looks like I've got too many lines. But you can never have too many lines. And so then, now I'm going to go, and now I'll start rounding all them corners again. I just made a whole bunch of new corners. I scribbled out my picture. I didn't scribble out. I just added to my picture. And now I am adding. Now I'm going to just round out these lines. Then after I'm done with this rounding stuff, then I'll decide whether or not it's finished. And I might add some more lines. And some of the art I've seen done, oh my gosh, they've got so many lines and so much beauty. But see now, I'm going right. And these permanent markers, like these smelly old things right here, they'll mark over anything. So like I've already used colored pencils in here, and just making sure you're rounding the lines. That doesn't mean go put a circle around it. That's not round. Although, you know what I can do? I could go put a circle right here. I could put a circle right there if I want to. And then I'm going to just round the corners of that circle that I just made. Round the corners. And that is where the medicine is in the rounding. That's where the medicine is. You know, I'm thinking too, like when you get to some smaller places like this, then maybe you want to use a finer marker. When you have some smaller little places that you want to round. It might be easier than using the big fat marker. So you can take anything, a magazine image, a magazine page, and just go on the magazine page. You can take a dictionary page, go on a dictionary page, anything, and then just keep going. Now this here one, because I made a lot of more lines, and I'm taking my time. I don't want to rush. I just want to take my time. So I'm not going to finish this all on this little video. I'm just giving you a little idea. And research yourself. And like I said, I'm going to put this, I have underneath this video a link to the one of the authors of one of the psychologists that use this in her work with groups. And I think she said she always does it in a group. Watch that one. But especially if you've got anything, a chronic illness, a chronic pain, PTSD, anxiety, depression, anything, pain, anything, this is the medicine. Don't come off your medicine and say Miss Lizzie told you to do it, because no, let's not do that. But you just find out and see. Just try anything. It sure can't hurt. You know what? It sure cannot hurt. But and so I'm going to work on this one. I'm going to work on this. Set that aside for just a second. But I want to reach down here. And here I got a magazine, just with magazine page. I'm not even going to worry about what magazines. I've pulled the covers off and used the covers. But you could take a magazine. That's a fat marker. It's almost out of ink. Yeah, so this one, I think you can buy these by the dozen. I don't know. But I want to get myself some. I need to start buying them by the dozen, because I got a feeling that I am going to really, really use these. And I'm going just in, but look at there at all of the little places I got to go now to start rounding. And you can do this in a tiny version. You can do it in a very large format. You can just go anywhere. You can take a page here that you have total no interest in this magazine. Total no interest in this page. And then, what does it want to teach me? Historian shotgun house with sleep roots. Oh, deep roots. Yeah, well, we don't care about them. We just want to use it for paper. So you can use any kind of paper. Any paper. So if you get junk mail in the mail, open it up and get your marker. And say, thank you, mailman, for giving me this piece of junk. This one here I can't much see because it's on a black. But just round the corners. Make all the V's into U's. If you see a V shape, make it into a U shape. Into a UFO. Not a UFO. I just said that because I just wanted to. But we're going to get all them corners gone. Round them. And if it's a V shape, we're going to make you into a U shape. Yep. Like YouTube. And then we're going to get all of them intersections. And then like on this here page, this magazine page, when this is finished, this magazine page finished, you get some watercolor. It's not even watercolor paper. But you could get some watercolors and you could start painting painting it with watercolors, which the watercolors then, they won't block out, you know, they're translucent, so you'd still see all the background images in there, and there you go. So keep a marker in your pocket. If you're going to the doctor's office, they usually got magazines just sitting right there for you to read. Well, just take your marker out of your pocket and start doing some art in their magazines, and just leave that art in it for somebody else to enjoy. And that will make your wait when you're waiting on the doc, because he might have stopped for lunch just before your appointment. Then and see that house right there? He looks better with art on it. Art, yeah. So there you go. There you go. And so, nope, I didn't go live today. I'll go most likely live tomorrow because I didn't go live for 2 days. So I've been kind of, I've been just, you know, life just takes over. And I had a couple of very important long telephone calls today, and which was nice. Because there are two separate people that I so enjoy talking to. And two separate family members that I so enjoy talking to. And so, and although sometimes I say, oh, I'm interrupted by family. Well, family's not really an interruption. Family is family. And so I didn't go live, and I don't have a scheduled live time planned either, and so it's I go day by day. I go day by day. I have no schedule. In order to keep myself sane, I do not do a schedule. But see how that almost looks 3D going over? It almost looks like it's 3D. I think that's beautiful. And just on that magazine page. So if you had a magazine, maybe a gardening magazine, if you get you know what, a lot of people I've heard do this is to order, you can go to websites where they sell flower seeds, plants, gardening seeds, vegetable seeds and stuff, and they'll offer you a catalog, that you can just fill in the blanks here and they'll send you a catalog. Well, you get that catalog, and if you want to order some seeds, you can go right ahead. But if you don't want to order the seeds, oh, what beautiful pages they are with just flowers, 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 vegetables, and everything. And can you imagine doing, what are you getting into now, Pooch? Okay, anyway, that's just what I wanted to show you. I wanted just Neurographic Art. And it is absolutely does not take any skill. No skill at all. You don't have to have skill. You can't say, I can't. Now I'm going to finish. I'm going to work on this one. But look at this one. If you do, just do it simple. Like this one. I'm not going to mess with that one because I love the image behind it. I love this paper. And this paper is beautiful. And I need to ask Cheryl, where did she get that beautiful paper? Because I love the paper. Although she did give me a couple extra sheets when she sent me the book. She gave me a couple extra sheets. But look at that paper. It's gorgeous. It is beautiful. But anyhow, that is just beautiful. So maybe I'll do work the same thing on those sheets. But yes, just start it. I think if you start, you won't quit. I think you'll continue. Okay, so now I've done my journal page. So I need to pull another card so I know what I'm going to do on my next video. May it be live or may it be dead. I don't know. A standalone video or live. That was my art journal. That's the card I pulled last time. So I'm going to just cut these and shuffle them just a little bit here. And let me just go ahead and put them back in here. And I'm going to pull one card out. It's going to be this one here. Ooh, it's an Ireland card. I have to go to Ireland to do this card. Isn't that pretty? And it's going to be punch dots. I'm going to do something with punch dots. And silly me, I have got punch dots. You know, from a hole punch, that's what I'm going to use. And I am going to, because I've been saving them punch dots for some crazy reason. And so I'm going to use them punch dots. I'm going to use them punch dots, and I'm going to make an art project out of them punch dots. So all you need is a hole punch and paper. Okay. So that's what I'm going to do tomorrow, is the punch dots. But right now, I'm going to go fill up my water, because I drank up all my water. Drank up all the water, ate up all the soap, and the next day he woke up with some bubbles in his throat. And so, my book, where's my book? Oh, I want to tell you too, just one more thing on my journaling. I started another style of journal. And I've got like a bunch of journals. They're all different. But I just want to tell you about this one. Journaling is something I just think is so important. This is important. Journaling is important. But two things, and this I learned from a Buddhist monk. In the morning when I get up, I'm going to, well, what he does is he writes down 25 things he's grateful for. I only write 23. Why? Because there's only 23 lines in this book. And then tonight, before I go to bed, I am going to write down, I'm going to open my page, and I'm going to write down my merits and my demerits that I give myself. So I will sit here with my pen and paper. I'm going to think, what did I do today that would earn a merit? And what, on a separate page, what did I do today that would earn a demerit? And I'm going to write those things down just to keep it real. And just to keep it real, I'm going to do that. And so a merit, two merits that I would get today is I took the time to talk an extended period of time with my niece. She needed that. I will give myself a merit for that. I also took a time to talk to my son. I took time out to talk to my son, and I give myself a merit for that. Because I didn't rush his phone call, because a lot of times I'll rush phone calls. And because I've never been crazy about talking on the phone, and I'll rush them. I don't want to do that anymore. If I rush a phone call, I'm going to remind myself and put it on my demerits. And then I can look over them again and think, yeah, I don't want to do that again. And I'm thinking that listening to this Buddhist monk that was telling this, I said, that really makes a lot of sense. A lot of sense. So, so that is 2 merits that I give myself. It's just even those two telephone calls. And I got my laundry done. That's a merit. I'll give myself that. There might be something, like for instance, like a good Boy Scout will stop what he's doing and help a little lady across the street. That's a merit. If you walk past that lady and don't help that lady across the street, she might make it across the street anyway by herself, but you didn't stop and help the lady across the street, so then that would be a demerit. Not that you did something bad, but it was something that you could have done better. And so, and that's just one I just pulled off the shelf, you know, for way back in my scouting days. But yeah, you get and merits and demerits for yourself. Did you give yourself? Did you take time for yourself and just relax in a chair with your feet up in crochet? That is a merit. You did that for yourself. It was something you did good for yourself. Did you eat healthy? Oh, good. All right, that's a merit. You did that for yourself. You ate healthy today. Did you eat 3 Hershey bars in a row? Oh, demerits. And so you kind of write them down at the end of the day. And that's what this here journal is going to be, is for my merits and my demerits and my grateful. And so anyhow, before I just talk your ear off, I'm going to now, I'm going to read you my reading thing for today, my little book. And You Are Stronger Than You Know. And I love this book. I think you all know that by already. Look at this book, how it's just worn to a frazzle, near and about worn to a frazzle. Let's see. Little pep talk. I did that the other day. Some of these I'm reading over again. Well, all of them, because I've read so many of them. This one here, gosh, I love the images, and there's watercolors. This one is written by Donna Fargo. Don't let your circumstances dull your spirit. As you dodge the curveballs that are coming at you now, don't let anything take away your hope, your down, or make you give up. While you face these problems that touch the landmines in your soul, don't let them steal your power. Stay strong, encouraged, and hopeful. Refresh your spirit with the lessons you've learned. You know your heart. You know who you are. There will be answers. Just be patient. Be satisfied with doing the best you can. When you're down, don't stay there. And never forget what a special person you are. And that was written by Donna Fargo. And as I read, a lot of times when I read these, a certain person will come into my mind. And right now I have a lady friend, her name is Barbara. And she is going through a lot of hard, oh my gosh, times. Just recently. And reading this, Barbara popped into my mind. And so that tells me that I need to say an extra prayer for her too. And but don't let circumstances dull your spirit. Keep your spirit strong. You are stronger than you know. God bless each and every one of you. May He keep you strong, and may He watch over you every step you take, every move you make. Bring you back to the next video, safe and sound, humble and healthy and happy. And I ask God to watch over you, absolutely. And so love you. Thank you so much for watching. And please join us to the next video. And that is when I'm going to use punch dots to make some kind of an art project. I'm going to use punch dots. God bless you.